Every year in Australia, we send over 300,000 tonnes of soft plastics to landfill. That's every single year. So when you think about how lightweight soft plastics are, and that's plastic bags and plastic packaging and other packaging used by businesses, well, it's certainly a lot of plastic to deal with and to come up with solutions. Plastic Police is a community engagement program tackling the issue of soft plastics to keep it out of landfill and to keep it out of our environment, and to remanufacture it into products that can come back to the local communities. It started off with one school in 2015, and we're very proud to say that what started as an idea has actually is now in 20 organisations as part of a regional project in the Hunter region. And we're very pleased to be working with councils, schools and businesses to actually make a difference and to demonstrate simple actions by many can result in change. Over the past 2 years, as mentioned, it has evolved to outside of the school area, and we have recently launched with a number of organisations as part of that EPA funding, including Central Coast Council. So today, I'm actually going to talk about a number of elements. There's a number of elements to the Plastic Police program, and as part of the education stream, I'm going to focus on 3 key areas. So that's how the program engages, educates, and also empowers people to take action. And that's with the goal of creating lasting behaviour change, but also to develop circular economies within local communities. And last year I presented in the circular economy stream, and at the moment we have a number of streams on concurrently, and in the circular economy stream we are hearing about solutions. So Plastic Police fits into a number of areas, but it's certainly a program that engages across all organisations. And it starts with engagement. So public awareness is now greater than ever around the way we manage waste and what needs to be done to better manage it in Australia. With thanks to a series such as The War on Waste, and we had Craig last year presenting, along with award-winning documentaries such as Plastic Oceans Australasia, and also the China National Sword, and we also have the David Attenborough effect. People are now more aware than ever and want to take action. The program allows circular economies solutions at a local level to be progressed and helps raise awareness and creates a different and innovative means to engage with local people to be part of the solution and be part of conversations. And really the great thing about Plastic Police is when we start the program with our participants, the most important thing is to engage. We're actually, as a circular economy solution, we need to engage across all levels. So traditionally, waste has been the responsibility of the waste department or sustainability, but now we need these conversations to be had across all levels. And we started in 2015 when soft plastics were unable to be recycled in curbside, unlike a number of other streams. And they are actually problematic in the fact that they're so lightweight that it was difficult to justify economic benefit in actually extracting them from the waste stream at the time. But everything has a value, and we were long overdue in terms of looking at, what were the opportunities with soft plastics. We wanted to challenge the status quo, and Ryan mentioned before about transparency. So with the Plastic Police program, and I'll go into a little bit more detail in a moment how it works, but as part of the engagement, we allow people to start to identify areas in which they can actually identify opportunities to reduce plastics, and that touches on the education. But we also provide reporting, and that provides the transparency of what is happening to the soft plastics that we are collecting through the program, and what we can do at an individual level to make a difference. So we believe that we could help people at a local level to be part of the solution, and we didn't need to wait for funding or anything like that to come along, or for policy changes, because action was needed back in 2015. The writing was on the wall, and it was a program with the potential to deliver social, economic and environmental benefits. So through our program, including collaborations with the likes of the Plastic Oceans Australasia Foundation, we are helping organisations develop a greater appreciation why we all need to rethink the current ways in which we use and dispose of soft plastics. And obviously, you know, once we have an engaged audience and they start to understand why they need to take action and what the purpose is in doing so, then that sort of leads on to the education aspects. So it's a lot easier, as I'm sure you'll agree, to educate once we have that initial engagement. So to facilitate behaviour change, everyone in this room has that opportunity. We can all educate, regardless of the role we perform in our organisation or the qualifications we hold. We're all competent people in different ways, and we have information and knowledge to share, and I think that's an important element. When we look at how the Plastic Police program operates, it actually requires cooperation and engagement across all levels. So if you're someone in procurement, then there's a conversation to be had around recycled products and content. If you're someone in logistics or in operations, there might be ways that you can actually reduce the waste that you're generating or change processes to redesign waste. So together we can make a difference, and when we go in, we deliver the initial program and education sessions with councils and businesses who are implementing the program, and support this with program-specific materials to start collecting the right materials so that we can collect, aggregate and redirect those for processing. And some of the feedback that we're receiving is the actual material that we've collected, and because it has been source separated, it's extremely clean, extremely suitable and free from contamination that can be used in different processes. So we can also tailor the delivery of the messages to fit in with where organisations are in terms of their sustainability journey, and we actually work with education teams and communications team to deliver that right message. I think the important point to mention is, I'm sorry, I'll just go on here. So that's just an example of us educating at schools and within businesses. And the important thing is that Plastic Police is more than recycling, and we're actively educating participants on the way they can change behaviours, inspire others to take actions, participate and progress the local circular economy in their own region, and involve stakeholders in that procurement discussions. We're seeing positive impacts in terms of reducing soft plastic being sent to landfill, greater participation in terms of understanding what can't go in the recycling bin. When we first started the program, we had a number of people in different organisations actually unaware, and I guess that's where the tools such as the PrEP are going to support what can be done with soft plastic. So we educate people to know that they can be dropped off at stores, or if your council or business is participating in the Plastic Police program, that is another option. So we're giving people access and educating them that there are solutions out there, and once they know what those solutions are and they understand why they need to take action, we're seeing that behaviour change happening. We also get people to rethink and start to value waste as a resource and put a bounty on it. In terms of, in recent examples, we've had companies participating that have actually closed the loop on the plastic that we've collected, who have never actually purchased any product with recycled content. We also engage with program processors who are actively looking at ways that they can incorporate plastic to produce a high quality product. Cross Connections is delivering workshops, and I guess the message is getting out there across all platforms. So for a long time, we're in a room and probably talking to the converted, but there's opportunities to have these conversations. When we go into a school, the children are going home talking to their parents. The parents go to work and are talking and educating their work colleagues. So I think the more we talk about it, the more we educate, then the more informed we are, the more results we'll see in this space. And lastly, I guess Plastic Police has proven to be an empowering model that engages and enables and facilitates organisations to take action. It only takes one person, and we see that obviously that's the power of it. Now, Plastic Police, there's lots of innovative business models out there, and I think we can all work together in terms of how we spread the message in different ways. We have different audiences, or we have the same audience, and some people will align to different messages. So whether we know we won't solve the global crisis with one solution, there'll be many solutions. And I think the collaboration, which has come up again, time and time again, is an important aspect of the program. We've already seen important grassroots programs which have gone global already, and obviously there's many of you here today, but very important messages that they each have in not only educating around, you know, how we manage waste, but how we can reduce, because I think if we're all familiar with the waste hierarchy, we do have too much plastic to manage, so we need to start right at the top and look at how we redesign and reduce waste to start off with. So the Plastic Police model, this is a bit of a snapshot of it. It's a circular economy model, as we discussed, and it started in 2015 with a shipping container and just a desire to see what we could do with plastics. Since that time, we've obviously grown, but there's 4 steps, and they all work in together, and really any organisation, any council can tap into all of these. It's a framework for collaboration, and the engagement that we're doing at the initial stage and the education is probably the most important part, because we need people to understand why, and that's, you know, about what they can do in their workplace, and we educate on the right type of plastics to come in, and obviously at the end of the day we can aggregate it. So the Plastic Police program has set up the framework as an aggregation model, and we've actually worked over the last 4 years. When we first started the program, mixed plastics had a value, and there were a lot of it that was being collected was being exported. Now that has changed the dynamics of how the program actually rolled out over the last 4 years. So whilst there was lots of plastic out there and everyone wanting to be involved, we had to go back to square one and continue to develop the end markets. So over the last 4 years, we've been working and collaborating with program processors all across, mainly in Melbourne, but also in other states. And as part of that is the challenge of logistics. How do you get a lightweight material from A to B for cost effectively? So we have the importance of working with councils is from an aggregation point of view, and their access and their ability to help their own organisation staff members, but also their local community tap into the recycling options. And at the end of the day, we can only recycle when we're actually purchasing back products. So part of the program is demonstrating to the participants, or the participants wanting to take action in terms of procuring back product. And this is really important, because not only do we get to report and measure how much is being collected, we get to have a look at the composition of soft plastics over time that is coming in as part of the program. Where are there opportunities to reduce, particularly single use, and also what products come back to the community. So the important part with the recycling is the reprocessing, and I've got a few examples later, but we're really excited to be working with a number of organisations to create that pull-through effect. So many of our participants have purchased product from the likes of Replayers. We're working with Innovative Asphalt, and you'll see a little bit more on that in a moment. And at the end of the day, if we close the loop, then we've recycled. So again, what can be recycled? If we look at business recycling, so we're all familiar with what can be recycled through programs such as Red Cycle, but also in addition, traditionally businesses haven't had access to soft plastic recycling. So there's another opportunity for businesses to engage, and for many businesses, particularly SME businesses, they don't have the volumes that justify collection, or perhaps they can't close the loop on their products on the material that we collect. So this is where the collaboration between SMEs and councils is really important, because councils participating in the program are offering a drop-off for SMEs, which means that more plastic packaging can be redirected. We're also looking at opportunities to extract high-value plastics, because at this point in time there is a lot of interest in local remanufacturing of clear films into high quality resins that can go back into high quality products currently being imported from overseas. I'll go through a couple of quick case studies. So we're currently working with the University of Newcastle as part of our original trial, and at this stage they have actively worked to collect soft plastic from their campus, engaging their staff and students. Their staff report that it's been one of the most effective behaviour change programs that they've implemented on site, and not only that, they've purchased back product, and they're one of the organisations that hadn't purchased bench seating before, and so they're really excited to be involved. And as you can see, we all wanted to be in that photo, so you can't see much of the bench, but it's really exciting. And the great thing about working with the university is that we're now actually engaging with different departments on site who are approaching us about design, architecture, construction management. So just a simple conversation around soft plastics is leading to other projects and other exciting opportunities that we hope to explore further. Recently, we were able to connect 2 program participants to actually close the loop. So we were working with a local school. Schools on average are collecting between 1,000 and 2,000 kilos of plastics per year, and at this stage not all of them are in a position to close the loop on that plastic in the first within the 12 months. There's lots of interest. We have had some opportunities to connect them to local businesses who have been working on projects. So this is a local Westfield shopping centre undergoing an upgrade. We were able to bring everyone to the table and basically get what the equivalent weight of what had been collected converted into wheel stops that went back to that project. So that was really exciting, and the Central Group also donated a bench seat to the school. So the kids were pretty happy, and again, from an education point of view, we're closing the loop and demonstrating what can be done. One thing that we're really excited about is the opportunity to work with Downer and their innovative asphalt product, Tonoplast. So it's a groundbreaking asphalt additive, and it's actually Tonoplast is produced by Close the Loop, who then provide that additive to Downer, who make a product called Reconifelt. Now, not only does that material contain toner, powder, soft plastics, wrap, which is recycled asphalt pavement, and also glass. So we're dealing and solving problems for problematic waste streams, but producing a high quality product that is lower in carbon and outperforms and can be infinitely recycled. So a true circular economy initiative. And I think I've got just out of time now, or? Okay, so I won't show that, but there's some great footage, and I'll put some links up. So Close the Loop there's been a number of reports and media on the road initiative, and we're really excited to be able to, in the future, hopefully see some roads in the Hunter region poured. So our impact to date, from 1 school to 20 organisation, has been significant, and it is a regional project at the moment. So we are continuing evolving the model, and we're at a stage where it has received some support from the government, federal government as well. We're set to receive some funding to look at how we can deploy the model. So it's been really exciting, and I think, at the end of the day, we all have a role to play, and the Plastic Police empowers people to take action. It's a tool, it's something new and innovative that people can engage at a different level. It opens up conversations, And there is a great quote from a Plastic Ocean who you'll see tomorrow, but I think we need to get people to care, and Plastic Police allows them to care but also to take action. So rather than be overwhelmed by helplessness, we've got an opportunity to take action and collaborate in doing so. So thank you very much. On any questions, I'm happy to take after.